this video, I'm gonna try to break the Rubik's Cube world record using the power of time zones, and watch until the end because things do not go according to plan. This is the gigaminx. It's the biggest Rubik's Cube that I have, and I'm gonna try to break the world record for the gigaminx. Now, I averaged 30 minutes, and the world record is, guess what the world record is?
10 minutes?
Actually, it's around 4 minutes, so the plan is, I'm gonna hop on an airplane to California, and as it crosses over the time zone, I'm gonna be solving this cube. So let's say I start solving this at 10:30, and then I cross over the time zone, and I finish solving it at technically 9:45, meaning I've solved it in negative 45 minutes. And that's the plan. And to make this more interesting, I'm gonna call one of the world's fastest gigaminx solvers and challenge him to a race. Hey Java, what's up? So I'm gonna challenge you to a gigaminx race. I know you're super fast at gigaminx, but I have a trick that might give me a slight advantage. I'm not gonna spoil what it is yet, but how fast do you think you can solve the gigaminx?
At my peak, I was averaging like 640 or 650. I haven't practiced in like a year since I made my gigaminx video, so probably like 7.5 minutes now.
All right, 7.5, that's pretty good. Where would you say you rank in like the world rankings?
I haven't checked the rankings in a while. It's probably gone to like 15 or 20 now, but I used to be like top 10.
All right, so top 10 gigaminx solver in the world. I'm gonna challenge you to a race, and I'll give whoever wins $5. I'll talk to you on Sunday. Bye. The race is on. Let's do this.
It's 3:30 a.m. the day of the flight. I gotta head to the airport.
And on my way to the airport, something terrible nearly happened. I'm on the way to the airport. I kid you not, I nearly forgot my gigaminx at home. We were packing stuff in the car, and I was like, wait, where's my gigaminx? And I had to run up to my room to get it, so that was a close one. We're at the airport, about to board. I have my cube in here. And as TSA was checking all the stuff, they literally told me that they were gonna search the bag with the cube in it. And one of them pulled out the cube and started looking at it and was like confused as to what it was and like showed their coworker. I would have filmed it if I could, but it was funny. And once I got through security, I got on the airplane with my cube and we were ready for takeoff. But that's when I discovered a fatal flaw in my plan. You see, I was gonna use my phone to tell the time for this challenge, since when you enter a different time zone, the time on your phone automatically changes with it. But your phone only knows where you are with the help of cell towers on the ground, and when you're thousands of feet in the air with your phone on airplane mode, well, it's a lot harder for your phone to tell when you've switched time zones. And with my master plan in shambles, my only hope was to ask someone who might know.
Yeah, can I get an orange juice? Also, do you know how much, about how much time we have before we cross into the next time zone?
I'm sorry?
Do you know about how much more time we have until we cross into the next time zone, or is that not
I
something?
couldn't answer.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
no clue on
Thank
that
you.
one.
At this point, my best bet was to just do the solve and cross my fingers hoping that I would happen to switch time zones in the process. So I pulled out my amazing SpeedCube Shop cube mat, used code TEBO for 5% off, and got to scrambling. And at 8:54, I officially started my attempt. My first step would be to solve all the centers, and just the first one took me 2 whole minutes.
2 minutes, first center done.
Remember, the world record for solving the entire puzzle is 4.5 minutes. In that amount of time, I just had a few centers done. And a few minutes after that, at the 9-minute mark,
It's 9:03, and centers are done. I wonder what Java's up to right now.
The way I solve each center is by connecting one edge, then making these pairs and connecting these pairs to form blocks. Once I'm done with my 6 F12 centers, I'll pair up an edge like this, then move it to its position. Now I will make each F12 pair one at a time. So I've first got to make the F12 edge, which I can do in the same way that I did the star edges. So now this is just a megaminx and I can solve it normally.
At 9:16, after 22 minutes of solving, I had all the edges of the puzzle matched up, meaning I could start the final step of the solve. This was the shortest and easiest step, but when the puzzle was almost solved, I stopped working on it for a few minutes to maximize the chances that the time zone change would happen sometime before the solve ended. The time on my phone never changed though, and to this day, it's a mystery whether I actually accomplished my goal. I finished the solve at either 9:41 or 8:41, and will never truly know which one. But when I got to California, there was just one more thing I had to do. Hey, what's up? So, how'd you do? How'd you do on the gigaminx solve?
I ended up getting a 635.
All right, 6:35. Okay, my time was negative 13 minutes.
Negative 13.
Negative 13 minutes. So what I did was I scrambled a Megaminx, hopped on a plane going west, and then solved it as I was crossing over the time zone. It took me 47 minutes, but since the time zone difference, I got a negative 13. Yeah, we don't actually know if it happened when I was crossing over the time zone, but it's a possibility. Good job on the 6:30. That's impressive. That's faster than I've ever solved one.
Thanks. That's a really funny twist.
Thanks for collabing. All right, bye. So what do you think? Did we technically break the gigaminx world record? Would you count that? If you want to get closer to breaking the 3x3 world record, you can click here to see the fastest cubers I know to absolutely roast my solves.